What's up, guys? So I wanted to share a practice that I do for gaining more favorable outcomes in reality, right? So the way that I look at everything is like we're existing in a multiverse, and I'm always presented with how a thing can turn out, right? Now, the trap that people fall in, first, let's talk about that. The trap that people fall in is that oftentimes when you are worried or fearful about how something is going to turn out, you're thinking about all of the different possible ways that something is not going to work, right? You might be like, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen, or it could go this way and that might happen. And you have all of these different potential realities that you're basically bringing more local to your field or your awareness on how this situation is going to turn out. And a lot of times people are doing this like not intentionally, like subconsciously they're already selecting all the ways something is not going to work out, and then they're charging it with fear. Now, the way that you collapse these scenes, right, in the multiverse into your physical reality is by charging it with emotion. Now, oftentimes people charge these things with fear. But what you can do is think about the way something is going to turn out in a more positive way, right? So like think about, oh, it could happen this way and that'd be great, or it could happen like this and that'd be great. And you start bringing all of these possible scenes slash visualizations more local to you, right? It could turn out all these possible positive ways, right? And then teaching yourself to charge these scenes with positive emotion, positive feelings, like being like really getting into it. Like, that's really gonna be great if, this happens, or if it happens this way. And you start doing that. Now, this is kind of challenging when you first start to do this, because you may find yourself in situations where you might be saying and thinking that you're pulling up all the possible great ways that something can turn out, but your nervous system might already be pre-programmed with a bunch of fear based on past experiences. So you might find yourself thinking about, oh man, like this isn't gonna work because like remember that last time, and like your nervous system has been trained to a degree already based on childhood trauma and cultural and social things, and just past experiences that say you don't have the option to do this, right? Like you're subject to your reality. But that's not the case. You can think of a scene that you want to play out and have a favorable outcome if you train this ability that you have to think of all the possible positive ways that something could turn out and funnel your positive energy, your emotions towards those scenes, right? Now, the more times that it works out, I want you to log those in your memory, because you have to retrain your nervous system that this is normal for me to select the scene that I want and collapse it into physical reality. Manifestation is instant, right? Now, select things that you feel like are believable to a degree and work towards like building more extravagant things later on, right? And the reason I say this is because you might get a little, like overhyping. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna imagine, a suitcase full of money falling out of a car, and then I get up and I get all the money. You know what I mean? Like you could start thinking of, wild stuff like that. But deep down, there's a level of you that's like, that's not possible, right? Like the likelihood of that happening is astronomical. So we have to like train your ability to do this, where it's like, oh, like when I think of things favorably, it shifts. Like I shift stuff. And the more you do that, the more confirmation you get into your subconscious and your conscious mind, and the more you'll be able to ask for things or play out scenes that seem a little bit like a little out there, right? We don't want to stretch too far, but a little bit out there, so that you can start generating results that are more of what you want, right? all potential realities exist right now. So you're just kind of sifting through, what do I want right now? And then you select a few different possibilities, and then you funnel your energy towards that. You have this ability. Everybody has this ability. So less of the fear, right? Because the fear is like it's automatic. It'll automatically start you, like, have you start visualizing stuff that you don't want. So we have to train our nervous systems to get rid of the fear and start making positive outcomes more normal for us. Okay? I hope this is helpful.